Is there any stitching that kind of gives away? What are you saying? Have a good day. So the aim of today's video is we're going to have a look around the Elizabeth line, which is a new tube line here in London. So you've seen by the title, Elizabeth line photography. We're going to be taking some shots today, but then also looking at some potential new shots that we can get in the future. So you've seen it on all of the other lines and all of the other tube stations where people have been like leaning against here, but when a new tube station opens or a new line opens, you've got a bunch of new places you can go shoot. So we're going to go stop to stop and take you through them. Now, what do you think? What was that about? What was that?
It was alright. It was alright, yeah. We just need like one subject, and it would look alright, I think.
Yeah,
in the middle.
Someone in the middle, or someone on the sitting on the side.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Which way do we go? That side, I guess.
Oh mate, do you hear that?
No.
Exactly.
It reminds me of the overground trains.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. So if you've been to London before, you've been on any of the overground trains, you'll kind of understand the feeling of this one. It's got a similar vibe to it. Obviously you're not here for that, but we're here looking at locations. So we're going to, where are we going? Tottenham Court first?
Yeah.
So Tottenham Court Road first, and then... No.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just have a look. We'll look at other stations, but we'll get some shots. All the photos I'm going to get today, we'll look at the end of the video, as always. And you saw that first kind of image that Oscar just had an idea with. And as we go along, I'll show the ideas with my phone and whatever. But any photos I do get, I'll show you at the end. Okay, so we've been looking at a couple of frames here. One of the frames was Oscar was kind of over here using this as a leading line, and then also you've got the leading line down here, and then leading line up top with the light. We tried one with someone in the center of the frame. It didn't quite work because, I don't know, there just wasn't enough depth because of the wide. But what we did then was we took this photo that you can see on the screen, utilizing that wall and the empty space, which looked absolutely sick. It's very good, very good. I think if you go towards like the escalators,
Yeah.
there'd be a cool shot there as well.
Yeah.
We've come just literally up the tunnel where we just were taking those shots, and then you've got this kind of escalator. It reminds me a little bit of that Canary Wharf one, the generic Canary Wharf shot that you've seen a lot of. So here, in terms of like street stuff that you can get, there's a ton of shots. So you've got all this space over here on the left to kind of get a shot upwards. You can kind of see we've got all this to play with, which looks absolutely sick. Personally, there is a ton of frames here. I would probably go 85 because it's quite a long escalator. You could get some really nice 85 shots. Oh, that's sick. Just all loops round together. That's really sick. And even this here, even the depthiness of this. So that would look really sick with like, I don't know, a 50 or an 85 or even the 7200. It would look insane. But this escalator, we'll get some shots here now. Shut up, Siri. And we'll see what we can get here. Oscar's just using this as a reflection to be able to get a shot of me with this in the background and some depth. It's just really not, just so good exploring new parts of the city. Like when you get these little breadcrumbs, you're like, ah, ha, ha, ha. It is really nice. If you've shot a city, do you want me to go further away?
Let's stand there, I'll walk around you.
If you're shooting a city, or if you lived in a city for a while, like I've lived in London for 3 years, and it's one of the reasons why I'm super excited to move to Sydney, because it's going to be a new toy. It's going to be something new to play around with and find different angles and find different places to shoot. And if you are in a city for a long time, make sure you go away from that city so that when you come back, you're almost refreshed. Because one of the difficulties I found when I was living here was when I didn't get out of the city or I didn't go and travel around to different places, I kind of found it very difficult to shoot different content, especially when I'd been in the same location for a long period of time. So make sure you plan those short little trips away, even if it's just out of the city for the weekend, or even if you jump on a plane to, I don't know, Geneva or Paris or Barcelona if you live in Europe, or anywhere. Just go to a different city and try and shoot something a little bit different. And that's why we're so excited to shoot the Elizabeth line, because it hasn't been done. And any of the shots that you get here right now, today, or whenever you come here, are going to be new, going to be fresh, going to be different. And that's the whole point. Like, look at this. look at this, like just this little section alone is sick. And that's the whole point. We're gonna move to the next location and see what else we can find. The lighting is incredible. Okay, so we come to the next location, which is Liverpool Street. We were gonna try and get to Canary Wharf. However, Oscar, like always in these videos, has got to head off. Yeah, I know. Pre-planned. We didn't actually plan to do this. Basically, we just finished another video that's already come out, and then this is kind of like an add-on to that. So we're gonna do this location, and then I'll show you the photos. But basically, the whole point of this video is to show you that when you're in a city, you always look for something new, and then when something new does happen, obviously use it and utilize it. Because look at this location. Look at it. You've got that. You've got the escalators. You've got escalators up the other side. You've got all of these leading lines going everywhere. It's hectic. Like, especially with this. So if you look at this, you've got this is reflection too. So it's sick. It's really, really cool. And if you live in London, come and have a look at it. Now, the kind of point that I was making in this video is that sometimes it's good to go and get a refresh, and I've been going back to London since I've left London. Obviously I've moved out of London now, but when I've moved out of London and I've gone back, I felt more relaxed, and I feel like I have more creativity going back to it instead of living in that space. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, if you've ever been away from somewhere where you've lived, or you get what I mean. I don't know, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Now, before we jump into the hashtag, I use the hashtag OpticalWander of an Instagram. I want to have a quick look at the photos that I took. They're on the screen, they're going over while I'm talking, and you can kind of have a look and see the shots that I've got. Now, I'm sitting in a car. Can you guess, in the comments below, what car I'm in? It'll be answered in tomorrow's video, because I'm going to try and do a daily upload for at least a week to try and test my creativity and push myself while I have this vehicle. I have this car for 6 days, 5 days of shooting, 6 days in total. Comment below, let me know what you think it is. It's quite nice, the interior is lovely. But yeah, let's have a look at the hashtag. Okay, we're going to go to the most recent, so we're going to do a little refresh. We're on the hashtag OpticalWander, where you guys can show me the content you're creating, and in turn inspire me and inspire other creatives alike. If you're not going through the hashtag on a daily basis or a weekly basis, then you should be, because you'll get inspired by doing so. So let's go through it. We'll pick a couple. We'll go with this one here. I like the framing of this one. Now, the focus isn't nailed, and I think with panning shots, I think that's okay. I don't know if you agree with me. Let me know in the comments. Obviously, if you don't, then different opinions. It's subjective. It's photography. That's what it's about. It's about being subjective and enjoying what we're doing. Going down a little bit more, I love the double exposure with this. Grab my eye. You've gone with that theme for the first two of those set. I really like that double exposure kind of vibe. Really love the color grading too. Great editing. Going down a bit more. This one here, love the vibe. Proper kind of like old city kind of vibe. Imagine someone walking down that street, or just a moped, or just something like a horse and cart. You can just imagine it. It just really, really does make your mind wander. I love it. And this one here, the framing is insane. That's really sick. Shot through a bus. You've got a seagull in there as well, just for good measure. And then we'll do two more. Let's do a little scroll down if I've got enough signal. That's sick. Look at that. God, that's cool. Imagine, I mean, Photoshop, not Photoshop. We all have different opinions. Imagine putting a little airplane in there just to give it a little bit of sauce like that. Going down, let's do one more, and we'll go with, because I spent last week in Switzerland, we'll go with something mountain-esque like this one here and this one here, which is actually in Switzerland, which is pretty cool. So if you do want to get featured on this channel, you can use the hashtag OpticalWander over on Instagram, and I'll feature some of the photos on here. Now tomorrow, today for me, tomorrow for you, I'm going to be taking this vehicle out. I don't know if there's any, is there any stitching that kind of gives away what car it is? I don't think there is. I mean, if you're eagle-eyed, you've obviously seen, but if not, then you haven't. But I'll be taking this out today, tomorrow, and the first day that I've got it, which is today, I'm going to be going out and shooting some just a vlog about me trying to find locations where I am, and talking about living in a quieter area, because where I'm from is actually a very quiet area. I'm back home from my hometown, well, home county, and it's very quiet. So the vlog will be about how you can utilize that to your advantage. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, notification bell, and of course, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Create more, stress less, go and have fun, go and enjoy. I'm gonna go drive.